Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about greenhouse monitoring and wanted to just give you a glimpse at the green in the greenhouse. This year it's not quite as green as it would normally be, but there is a bunch of stuff going on. And if we were in person, I'm just going to show you what we would do for our daily monitoring. So we've got our cuttings for our vegetative propagation experiment in the mist bed, and we'll come back to those. But basically we would start with a visual inspection. So we've got our crop of oaks here and our conifers on this bench as well. So we would just take a close look at them. We can see, some variability in the way that they're growing, and that's okay, that's to be expected. We would just look here for anything that may be going wrong or needs some sort of intervention. And we would also do a bit of a visual inspection to see, if there's anything, trays that need to be watered or pots that need to be watered. So we can see lots of varying stages in our oak pots. And then our conifers as well. So we can take a look at our jack pine and our tray of white pine and our cedar and red spruce. So we would just, again, do a visual inspection, make sure everything looks okay there. And it does. Our red spruce can use some watering, so we'll go through that. And we've got lots of just kind of test experiments and stratifications on the go as well. Other things that we would be monitoring if we were in the greenhouse would be our daily min and max temperature. So you've seen photos of this, but this is the min and max temperature thermometer, that's in the greenhouse. So what we can see here is that our maximum temperature reached over the last 24 hours, we read from the bottom of the blue line on the max side. So that would be 36 degrees Celsius. And then our minimum, we read the bottom of the blue line on the min side. So the coldest it got in this greenhouse in the last 24 hours would be 15 degrees. So this scale is kind of strange because we go, we move up in temperature when we move down this side of the scale. So it's a bit tricky to read at first, but that's how you do it. And then this is just magnetized. So whenever we need to reset this thermometer, we just do so by dragging this magnet and meeting the blue lines up with the actual thermometer. And now it will start reading again, and it will push up and down as needed. The other piece of information we would gather is the relative humidity. Okay, and that's in this dial here on this side where it says humidity. So we can read the current temperature from in here, which is 24 degrees, and the relative humidity is right around 75–76%. So that's a good point for the rapid growth phase, which is where we're at in the greenhouse. And we keep these covered just because when the sun beats down on them, it can skew the readings on warm days like this. And then we've got our watering as well. So we've got our hose and our nozzle, and the nozzle, we have different nozzles in the greenhouse to offer, a light flow so that we're not putting so much pressure on the seedlings that we knock them over. And then we've got what's called a dosatron, and this is a large quantity. So it's 55 liters of fertilizer mix, and we don't have this installed this year, but normally you can see the hose here. It connects right to our hose, and that's our fertigation. So whenever we fertilize or whenever we irrigate or water our trays, we're also fertilizing them. So this is handy when we have, lots of students needing to water and fertilize their own trays, because every time the hose comes on, the trays get fertilized as well as watered. And we'll get a scale out and weigh some of these trays just to make sure that we're correct and they need watering, and we'll show you that process when we do.